Let me mute
So it's a very seamless. We have like this snap,
gears. So
so you can
this is a hoodie I
close
found
each of
very
this.
interesting. The piece of the hoodie that snaps in
Oh,
is the only part that kind of has any detailing or
yeah.
buttons other than the sleeves and the back. But it snaps in on the inside, creating like this kind of like I don't even know, kind of more of a crevice look.
So it's
I can't
Suga
explain it very well.
linen
Chat. I'm
fabric.
kind of dumb. Kind of dumb. Chat.
We made the linen
Thank
fabric
God
in
he's explaining
Aichi,
it.
Shinomiya, so they're really well known for making linens, wools, cashmere, silks, and then we shipped all the fabric out to Nara, traditionally known for dyeing with soot based
So,
off
chat, I want
of
to point out something. I like this design philosophy on a lot of the pieces that you're going to see today. There are kind of zippers creating more of a like, if you want to have it open, if you don't want to have it open kind of thing. But as well, there's an inside zipper pocket right there. And the hardware, I haven't had a piece yet. And we don't, we don't ask. We don't ask. We purchase. So when I do get the chance, I'll purchase. However, that import that import and that ticket price is not out of my tax bracket right now. My he knows it, I know it. It's all good. but I do think that is one of the coolest design philosophies as well. A good amount of the wrist, mm, the Rift has this like really good like Rift on the wrist, on the sleeves. They have a very cool like design where it kind of doesn't drape, but it kind of creates this like elongated feature. Like I feel like it's all drop shoulder, and then there's an elongated feature, like it's going to kind of drape down and look like longer than the actual seam to where the jacket begins.
a 70s French pilot jacket. But we modified it a little bit, removed all the unnecessary details, and instead of using traditional pockets, we used one fabric, created a tuck, and then behind tuck we
Also,
embedded
chat,
a
there's just
pocket.
something I want to point out, but I want the other
So
bomber
it's a
jacket
very
or
seamless
like bomber jacket to kind of come through. But this is more like a throw jacket. You wear this on like a nice fall hot day, bro.
でもまあ
Less
フロン
lining.
トジャンプスーツ、昔の古着によくあるジャンプスーツのアイテムを半分に切ってアイテム分けたっていう感じだから。
Okay. So the next one, I do believe he's gonna talk about kind of the set, which is really interesting. And I'm glad a lot of designers do this, but the quality of the set is really cool as well.
Jumpsuit
So I'm gonna mention
usually
what
is
a
like
lot of
one
designers do for kind of
giant
these
garment,
tracksuit
but I want
sets
to
nowadays.
separate it.
He's also going to mention it, so we're going to play off of
This
each other when he starts talking about functionality, which is one of my
totally more
favorite things in
wearable. I
fashion, to
feel
be
like
honest, chat.
I don't think a lot of people wear jumpsuits these days, except for maybe women. But um, yeah, I think it's one of our approaches in terms of like how functional the garments can be. Because I usually see clothing as like a tool to improve your quality of life, not just like a fashionable merch or garment, so to speak. そうだね。着やすい。
Come to back for this. So
これ結構最近。
before this, and it's still like that. It's the same set as it's like kind of that. Not I wouldn't say nylon, but like linen. It's like I think it's linen. It's linen. Sound it out. So it's a linen mix, but also the trousers are kind of a linen mix too. But they're more formal trousers. You could kind of wear this anywhere you want. I feel like there's certain types of trousers you can do that with, but these are also just kind of a set for that jacket and for this, but you can kind of wear them with anything. If you want to put something up top, maybe like a white shirt. a lot of a lot of like I feel like Europeans do this. Or probably a lot of like people from Asia too. They'll just do like white shirt, button in, and they'll just like they'll go. Maybe I might flick it out with like a pink Supreme shirt or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know.
好きなんですよ。
結構履くよね。
履きたくなるなんか。
楽だし。
Been really into like easy style loose pants. It has like this effortless vibe to it. You just throw it on, go about your day. So
But you know how
we
like
still want to
you know
have
people
some
get
sort of
money
like
now
design
and they'll
elements
just
that
explain something that just sounds
resonates
so
with
crazy.
the
And
life
I'm not
fashion.
pocket
So
watching at
we
all.
kept like
But he
the
explained something. He's like,
military
"Yeah, I only got
examples
one of
to
these."
the
But I'm,
design,
I'm
so
looking it up.
you can
I'm
kind
like,
of
bro, this is
cinch
no
it
way.
to taper the hems, so you don't have to like beat up your pants when you wear it out in the rain. This is called giboshi, so basically translates into like metal studs, but giboshi.
Nah, screw that. I want to explain this because it was in the notes, bro. It was in the notes. There's two things in the notes. So essentially, what I'm gonna butcher this. What gibochi is, I believe, is
It's usually or traditionally a structure.
is a structure in a Buddhist temple, but he's talking about the way the actual like metal is designed is the kind of structure that you would see in a Buddhist temple. So he literally looked at that and said, I want that metal to look exactly like that, but the texture would be completely different from what they built the Buddhist temple with compared to how he put it on the pant. But to have a loose fitting, like structured pant like that and still have such a like minute detail is one of the reasons why we started watching him in the first place. He used to be a crazy ass like
In a
archive
Buddhist temple.
guy. I wonder if he still
Piston-shaped
archives.
structures in Buddhist temples as like a symbol of endurance. So I liked the idea of that, and I also liked the idea of like replacing traditional buttons to a more quieter way of closing your garments. Some people might see it as an ornament, but I also see it as like a very purposefully designed approach in terms of like how functional.
Okay, we gotta skip
Like
ahead.
how fabrics can.
Chat. Oh, I will tell you so many stories about the pieces I have lost or the pieces I have given away over the years, chat. Chat, I swear, when I tell you, ever since we got into fashion, you can't keep it all because you'll become a pack rat. I swear to, and then I'm on this like kick now where like I have to wear clothes that I can wear when I'm super fucking big and super fucking lean. And that I kind of want to get lean and big again. I want to get like a mixture of both. I want to be like 212 and have, the definition like I had before. So we'll get to that. Who cares about that right now? But this piece, I literally okay, wait, chat. I have it on me right now. I have a picture. It's the only picture I have of this bomber jacket, and it is the most blurriest picture, bro. This is back in college, and I was like, really, this is when I was only watching fashion content, and I was playing like League of Legends when I was getting super drunk and high, and I would and like I said, chat, you know the story. Hey, every night we play League of Legends because we probably would have striked out at the bar. Or we probably did strike out at the bar sometimes. So we would play League of Legends super drunk and lose fucking ranked. But a piece that I would wear out, and I wore this hoe to the ground. I don't know where this thing went, bro. And like it is like a nostalgic feeling, man. I'm so happy that bomber jackets are coming back in trend because I kind of want to get a couple. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind, but we might see me with a bomber jacket one of these days. I might flick up again. Who knows? But while I look for this, okay, chat. So his bomber jacket that he's presenting to us has a little bit more structure, but this one was a lot looser, right? But like I'm saying, this was a workhorse of a bomber jacket. Like had a side pocket right here, very like empty but puffy arms, and then it draped perfectly. So you see right here, Chad, this is like in the fucking, this is a skinny jean era, right? But we had peep the fit, peep the freaking office casual fit, the white tennies, the the cotton shirt, and the bomber jacket. Like that's an office casual fit. I'm pulling up to the office confident, casual, and cozy. Come on, hold on.
Understood in different seasons. So a lot of people associate linen as like a spring summer fabric,
いや間違いない。
it's breathable, it's loose,
I need
starchy.
some more water, chat.
But we wanted to research a little bit more into it and just kind of like, let's make what we call winter linen. So this also is made from aichi, the fabric, the linen. Treatment is done in hamamatsu.
浜松。
Yeah. So hamamatsu, they do a lot of like traditional.
I don't know what Hawamatsu is, chat, but he's saying it's gonna be like a traditional sew and lining of a jacket. I feel like, or he's gonna pull a reference for somewhere. But this is where the bomber jacket that I had and the bomber jacket that he's presenting to us differs, brother. That is a warm bomber jacket. You're gonna wear that in a fall day, and you're gonna feel warm. The lining of it looks plush as hell.
Treatments to Japanese fabrics like cottons, silks, linens, wools, whatever, right? And basically, what they did was it's called napping. So you aggressively brush.
Okay, also chat. I want to look this jacket up because at one point it was going for $60,000, and this is such a like a cool fashion story that I guess like I mean I've had one like this similar, but he had like a bomber jacket that was going for $60,000 that Drake wore in the Tootsie Slide video. I forgot what it was called. It didn't see that kind of money. I was like fucking 18, 19 at the
The
time, bro.
fabric. So it's almost like kind of worn down, but it's not. It's not worn down. It has like a lived-in, time-worn feeling to it, but the hairs naturally come out, so it almost feels like a worn-in cashmere sweater or something that your dad passed down to you.
変わってて理念って思わなかったもん。
そうそうだよ。なんかまあドレープ感とか。Like the design is very simple, very minimal. We just wanted to highlight the fabric mainly
So I think
while
wait, hold on.
fixing.
What I talked about, I know I'm pausing it a bit because I'm trying to break down the fits because I want to go into details of certain histories about it because I have done my research on this exact topic of bomber jackets. What I talked about in the class that I took, marketing, trend marketing, when I talked about the class that I took, I was looking it up, but I was looking up bomber jackets specifically because I'm seeing a lot now with trends, and I've always seen this kind of with fashion as well because fashion kind of cycles. And it either may cycle, in my opinion, because people may have leftover fabrics, or I don't know. Capitalism is pretty big nowadays. No one likes to, waste fabrics at all. But that's neither here nor there because I'm not saying he's doing that or anyone. That doesn't even make any sense to be a bad thing. Like, oh, bro, they market trends so they don't waste fabric and pollute the earth. Fuck yeah, you should do that. Or they push trends like, yeah, no, do that. But what I like about the bomber jackets that are coming back into style, they're not your typical bomber jackets. There's something different about them that gives them a more modern feel. Usually it is the fabric or the structure of how they look and how they sit on the body, just because now that zip ups are back in style, I feel like people are going for more relaxed fit like clothing. And that's just, I mean, pre COVID, relaxed fit clothing has been the staple.
Silhouette because I don't like how some vintage bombers fit because very like
Yeah.
you know what I mean
ボクシー。
boxy. So I wanted to create a natural.
Funny story actually about boxy fit. It's actually worse when you're a big guy. Like if you're puffy, if you wear a puffy bomber and you're a puffy guy, you look like a fucking Michelin man. Bro, I used to be walking around downtown looking gigantic because I had a bomber jacket on. When I lost the weight, the bomber jacket looks like an archive piece. So the fitment, like I was saying before, is the more modern structure and the reason why bomber jackets are coming back in
Slope
and
on
the
the
style they're
shoulders.
coming in.
ああそうだね肩がめっちゃナチュラル
こういう感じ。
うんうんうんうんでもあったかいっていう不思議いいっすねいいシルエットっすね
I used to hate linen, by the way.
え
I used to hate linen.
なんで
なんかおっさん臭い。
あ
It felt so like
ちょっと
old.
いやでもまあ分かる分かる
But I think there's a beauty with linen as well. So
I feel like that's the thing
it
too.
has become one of my favorite fabrics now.
He talked about something very early on of kind of how he structured his knowledge of fashion. Um, it's this kind of thing that I feel like every fashion person goes on, where they structure between like this. You get the cheaper alternatives, you try different fashion trends. Then after that, you notice the fashion trends you like. So you build on top of it, you build on top of it, you build on top of it. So then after that, you go for more widely known brands that can kind of sustain a little bit more and you can have wear and tear with. And then you start going for more pieces that can really sustain or you can kind of resell that will have value in them because you're kind of paying a higher price tag if you can get to that point. And then he kind of goes into it more with leveling up your fashion, like seeing different perspectives to one day then start a fashion brand. That is what he said in kind of a more long out thing. So that's why we fuck with him.
ちょっと変わってるジャケットっていうか、まあ、変わってるかな。まあ、これトラックジャケット、コットンナイロン、コットンナイロン、washed fabric.
Track jackets for
Like
a
wrinkles
5'9"
to it,
man though, bro, it's a
which is
hard game.
also
You run the risk of it looking
reminiscent
too, you know.
from
That's why
a
you gotta
Wabi-sabi
open it
booking photo.
sometimes.
They see here. I don't see, but
5'10" on a
the
good day,
texture
chat.
is very, very
When I got the New Balances on.
well, pretty much the same, except we reimagined it in a cotton fabric. So if you put it side by side, it's
めっちゃ和紙だね
so 見える。
見える加工みたいな
So yeah, side
It's a very
also
interesting
has,
design
like, its
too.
functional purpose.
I've seen. Okay, I'm gonna let him talk about it. I talk too fucking much. I just get excited.
Put
I get
your
excited. Okay.
hoodie
フリ
underneath it, and this
Okay. I
slit
guess I
kind
can
of
just fucking
allows
talk
it to
about
get
it. That side zipper, bro. I've been seeing that like this kind of juxtaposition. I'm not gonna say wabi-sabi because it's not wabi-sabi, but I mean, if you really want to talk about what wabi-sabi means, that's a completely different like question. That's a different story, bro. Different story. But what it is though is that's part of like this new kind of design philosophy I've seen a good amount, and it having a different zipper or having a different structure to kind of pull, air vents, air vents, chat. And Como de Garçon does a good kind of example of that also too as well.
more space around your neckline, so you can kind of wear your hood without having to struggle with how tight your chest is. So yeah, small things like that I think really matters with how we approach garments. 誰だっけそのなんていうのそれ日本語で。
さん
陰影なん
陰影ライさん
陰影来さん There's a Japanese author who wrote about how not everything needs to be revealed, and only peaks of it or small bits of it should be revealed through the interplay of light and shadow. And that's how we approached with our most recent campaign. Basically, we wanted to have that approach and turn everything black and white and let the viewer kind of take it as they see it.
Okay, chat. We gotta do what the man said, even though it's on Instagram. We got to do what he said for the remaining part of it, just because those were the pieces that I did want to show you. Do you like the side zipper? What's Wabi Sabi? Oh, my bad. Double cup 313. Bro, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And Wabi Sabi. So, Wabi Sabi is a Japanese saying that essentially it came from them having really fine cups. Like these cups were fine pieces of art. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I am fucking up. They're really, really fine pieces of art that they would dip in gold. So the original root of wabi sabi would be something that you're kind of that you don't want to get rid of, and you can repurpose it or put something to it to may add more sentimental value because you can still use it, or may have a lot more you know value because you just put gold on a on a teacup that nobles use, and it was a very fine piece. So in reality, when you're talking about wabi sabi when it comes to a fashion standpoint of view, usually wabi sabi is something that is taken kind of literal. So wabi sabi in a modern sense is kind of seen as like a juxtaposition. So maybe like I mean, okay, Oliver Tree did the recipes to Oliver Tree. He did this a lot actually. Oliver Tree would have some Jinko jeans and like a giant like purple shirt, right? Or it might be just like a top change, right? Like people would say this top, this is a little bit wabi sabi, right? Just because it's very loud, but I muted it down. I have black pants on, things like that. But that is what wabi sabi means in a general sense. In a fashion sense, it kind of means like a non-norm of fashion, but it could also mean a piece that is completely redone and restructured and added more value to it by adding something like a more premium fabric or something like that. Okay, let me pull up the Instagram. Shout out to not Tim Abler, not Tim Abler. Wait, we have the same middle name. Nah, nah, no, no. I'm gonna play this so tight. Okay, shout out to Mr. Earl. Shout out to Mr. Earl real quick. Actually wanted to mentor me. He gave me a book. I had my high ass spilled some paint on it on accident, and I never said sorry for it. But I read that book. I read a good amount of that book, and it was a book all about the term wabi sabi. And he also wanted to mentor me in painting, but I just kind of didn't take my art as serious in college just because I thought I would get paid off for my business. So that's a different story. But hey, shout out Mr. Earl. Okay, hold on. But why does my chat never reset? I do want to show you these black and white photos, even if they are a little bit hard to see. Man, like I might just have to copy. Hold on. Okay, here we go. So what he means by essentially making those details pick out in black and white and only only noticing what or only the viewer seeing what they can see, but kind of not giving too much away would be this example right here. So you see on the collar, those are those buttons we're talking about. Those buttons are slightly peeking out off the reflection of the sun. Uh, you can't really see the slits of the jacket too much. However, that's the reason why, because he doesn't want you to see everything within the photo. Because when you actually get that piece in hand and you start noticing those details, then it'll click to you. You might have a little bit more like value or respect for just kind of, I mean, and not in a weird way. It's kind of come off crazy if I say it like that. Jeez. But you might there might be a little bit more respect behind the design philosophy that he's going for because he's rooting it and he's layering it through the art of photography. Man, I don't think he put this one in, But I'm just gonna pull this one up, bro, because like these are one of those fits, or like this jacket. Man, when I was a kid, I used to want a leather jacket so badly, and this is a leather bomber jacket. We were talking about different. Is this the leather jacket? Oh, hold on, wait. Okay, it's leather. No, I'm not stupid. It's leather. It is leather. So a leather bomber jacket so badly when I was a kid. This one fits a little bit different. I think he was talking about it earlier, but he only showed a dyed part of it, a very dyed part of it. Like it was undyed, it was white, but this is the final product of it, and it having like this kind of sheen on it where it peeks out through the sunlight once again, being black and white, so it's going to show up in white, giving it more details, and also it had I think is that a double zipper? No, it's not a double zipper, but there's a lining in it. So I'm curious what that inside lining is. It might be not bokushi. I don't remember the Japanese words, man. I probably can't learn other languages. I have a crazy ass like learning disability that I have never explained. Okay, so as well, there's a zipper right there, and this is kind of a peacoat. Oh, wait, chat. Am I? I'm gassing it a little bit, but like, am I slow? Okay, open. Okay, no, that's not it at all, bro. Oh my god, I'm slow. I'm slow. Chat, it's happening. Chat, I'm gonna start flapping. There we go. Okay, so I'm curious to see if this is a scarf he's coming out with, or if this is like another layer of the jacket. But this is it's not pea coat, but it's a military coat, which I find funny. I find it funny when guys say this. A little bit funny, like, oh, every man needs this in his ensemble. But I mean, honestly, this on a fall day, you walk in to get a coffee, like you're good, you're chilling. This isn't. It's windy. There's leaves on the freaking ground. You don't have to worry about it. This is a nice layered piece to where you're not too hot, not too cold. Double pockets. Actually, there might not be double pockets. Only might be one pocket, but I think it is double pocket. And as well, there are buttons on the inside and a zipper that is kind of covered by the buttons. But this is the interesting part. So I do think it's part of the jacket, and it's kind of getting like it's kind of doing this functionality thing what I like a lot about certain fashion brands, which they'll repurpose a piece of that clothing to kind of do another thing, but you'll have to, give a different attachments. Like it's like, bro, back in the day when you had a jacket, it was a winter jacket in Wisconsin, and it came in with another jacket. You got two jackets in one? But in this case, he took it in a different path where you get a scarf that may be attached. And I'm talking about this because if you see right on the middle right here, I see like small zippers, or that might just be fraying because, as I'll talk about in a bit, some of the things for this collection, the samples of them didn't come out as well. So I'm curious to see if that was a zipper or if that was an actual like just fraying mistake.
Let's
Okay,
look to it.
めっちゃクリーンだね
Mm.
ぐらいの感じうんうんうんうん
am I missing anything?
And なんていうの? It's at the front campaign.
Low
They
key chat.
want
I'm
to
not
have
sure if
that
it's leather,
quote.
like I said.
So
いいっすね
it's at the front is just like a whole mess. どこもなんかミスって
Yeah, okay, here we go.
2つつけちゃ
2枚
った
2枚つけちゃった。
うんうん
まあ面白い。
面白いこれ僕持ってるんですけど結構涼しいっす
涼しいです。
うん快
So
適
there's like a breathable.
シワにならないですよ。
あ
I don't know. Are these nylon chat? Are these more linen? I think it's linen. I think it's linen. But it might be a more like structured linen. Could be also could be a mix. It'll be a blend, if you
military
will.
jacket modified as well. Instead of having a flap here, we just used.
This might be a different collection, chat. Hold on, wait. Because the military jacket looks different. So it might be because it's black and white that it's going to show up differently and kind of highlight those colors. But in reality, the military jacket is this sage gray blend, I think.
Expandable. M65 is like one of those things that you kind of just have to have in your closet as a guy. To be honest. Well, honestly, I think it's something that even if you don't wear it as much, I think you just have to have it in your closet.
だから色がね
チャコールにもいかないぐらいのグレー。
ほんと絶妙な色っすよ。
Store a lot of stuff. たまに邪魔とか。
ああ確かに。
今手袋とかこう。
突っ込める。
シンプル
ですね。エポレットもないし。これはめっちゃ使えそうな。
Chat, I want to get back to these games, but I gotta do my due diligence.
ブルゾンとかと一緒な感じですよね。
This is a shirt I wear too, chat. Because I mean, I already wear it. I do it. Hold on, wait. It's not here. It's a smart jacket.
袖が可愛い。
Doesn't have the pocket that I have right here, like that kind of chest pocket, but it's a really sleek smart jacket.
これマジ買って。
Oh, wait.
そういうことね。
Wait, hold on, chat.
あ、他の。
欲しかったら。
This is funny as hell.
そういうことね。
Of shoes that you want.
So, ディファイドラスト欲しくなるっす。ああ、そうっすね。
The symbol of when motherfuckers start getting money. And not in a bad way. I want to explain. Symbol of motherfuckers start getting money. Look at these shoes, bro. Those are handmade.
Leather heels.
Yes.
Mine has like foot balance. Creases more. Natural creases.
結構入ったね。
服は3違うよ。
Okay. Okay.